All right, so thank you so much for joining us today in its ended event. And we have Raj with us today. He's our amazing MC for the event. Welcome, Raj.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. My name is Raj Mathai. I'm the evening news anchor for NBC Bay Area, here in the Bay Area, obviously. It is a pleasure. It is an honor to be with everyone for this great event. We're excited to welcome everyone to the third annual In It to End It event hosted by the Bay Against Abuse Coalition. In It to End It is really, if you think about it, a perfect blend, right, of our wellness, our physical wellness, and really the underlying theme here to support the movement to end domestic violence in our communities in the Bay Area. And through my job at NBC, I have really a privilege to be part of a lot of events, nonprofit events and organizations like this across Northern California. This one really stands out because domestic violence, it impacts all of us. Doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter what your income level is, or your political beliefs, or your ethnicity. Domestic violence impacts all of us. So it's near and dear to all of our hearts. And again, it's a pleasure to be here. Bay Against Abuse is a collaboration of 5 of the Bay Area's foremost providers of shelter and supportive services for survivors of intimate partner violence and their families. And their families is a big part of this as well. This coalition that brought us all together today was formed in response to all the challenges that we've all faced during this pandemic. And make no mistake about it, we are still in this pandemic. And also it serves the Bay Against Abuse, it serves to bring about awareness of the issue of domestic violence in our communities and really to strengthen the partnerships between the agencies addressing domestic violence in the Bay Area. So here it is. Who is in this coalition? The coalition includes Santa Clara County-based Next Door Solutions to Domestic Violence, Marin County-based Center for Domestic Peace, San Francisco-based La Casa de las Madres, Alameda County-based Safe Alternatives to Violent Environments, and from Contra Costa County, Stand for Families Free of Violence. So we appreciate all what these organizations do, not just every week, not just every year, but every hour and every day. We appreciate what you do for our communities. NBC Bay Area is proud to be involved in this initiative as the media sponsor. And again, we do so many events throughout the community, but this one really stands out for all of us at the television station. And we're not just a TV station, we are just really community partners here. So it's our pleasure to be here. The organizing agencies also expressed their gratitude for the generous sponsorship from our presenting sponsor, the 49ers, and the collaborator sponsors, Union Bank and AppLovin. So thank you all. We've got a great program ahead. Not too much time. We're not going to take too much of your time, but we're going to have some fun and really address what we're doing here in this community. In just a few minutes, we're going to hear from George Kittle, the heart and soul of the 49ers. He will be joining us. But we begin, though, with really an overview of the services provided by the coalition agencies. Then we're going to hear how COVID and the subsequent shelter in place really impacted survivors of domestic violence and how, just as importantly, we as a community can play a role in creating awareness and stopping the cycle of violence. Take a look at the video.
Hi, and welcome to the In It to End It Challenge kickoff event. My name is Melissa Kane Huckabee. I'm the Operations Director for Stand for Families Free of Violence, one of the organizations participating in the Bay Against Abuse Coalition. We are excited to welcome you here today, and we're excited to help you move along with us throughout the month of July, but wanted to take a moment first to acknowledge that our organizations are located in different parts of the San Francisco Bay Area, which represents a wide swath of unceded traditional lands of many indigenous peoples, including the Coast and Bay Miwok, the Confederated Villages of Lejeune, the Ohlone peoples, and many, many others. Each of our organizations is dedicated to the eradication of domestic, gender-based, or interpersonal violence, which we know, like all forms of violence, to be rooted in historical and ongoing systems of oppression. We also acknowledge that our Indigenous communities are disproportionately impacted by higher rates of domestic violence and sexual assault, up to and including homicide. We encourage all of you to learn more about the traditional lands that you are standing on and the Indigenous peoples alive and well within your communities throughout this month as we walk, run, cycle, dance, and move around the Bay Area during the In It to End It Challenge. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Catherine Berg from La Casa de las Madres. Very pleased to be with you this afternoon. The Bay Against Abuse partners provide an essential safety net of services for survivors of domestic violence from across the Bay Area. Free, confidential, trauma-informed intervention and prevention services empower survivors and our communities to be safe, to heal from the physical and emotional wounds inflicted by abuse, and to break the cycle of violence. Our core multilingual services include confidentially located emergency shelter across 5 counties, so survivors are never faced with choosing between homelessness or continued exposure to violence and abuse. Together, we offer 132 safe spaces, 35 beds in San Francisco, 30 beds in Marin, 24 in Alameda, 24 in Contra Costa, and 19 in Santa Clara, dedicated to ensuring safety and respite to domestic violence victims in crisis. Inside a domestic violence shelter, survivors have the space to think, to heal, and to plan for their family's next steps into a safe, healthy future. Each of us also operates a multilingual 24-hour hotline where survivors are never alone. There is always ready access to a willing ear, options counseling, connection to next step resources, and critically, someone expert in thinking with victims about what safety can really look like. Safety now, safety when choosing to leave, and safety for your children. The Bay Against Abuse partners provide counseling, support groups, and restraining order advocacy, a whole host of intervention and support services in community-based settings tailored to the needs and challenges survivors face in staying safe, in really stabilizing their lives, and breaking free from cycles of violence and vulnerability.
Hi, I'm Marla Hedlund with Center for Domestic Peace. As we all know, COVID changed the world and had a huge impact on organizations like ours and how we function. As staff members, most of us had to move to remote work and home offices. And we had to pivot to providing our services online, like case management, support groups, therapy, court accompaniment. COVID also affected our emergency shelters, which had to adjust to really strict safety protocols and social distancing. So some of us only took in a few at a time, or used alternative methods such as hotels and motels at the height of the pandemic. But one silver lining to all of this is that we found that online services actually provide more and safer options for survivors than ever before. We can reach more people where they are. We don't have to get in our cars and find our offices or be seen walking into places like ours. They can join us for support and help online, and it's so much safer and easier. So because of this, we're going to continue to offer a lot of our services online.
For the first year of the pandemic, many households sheltered in place at home in order to be safe from COVID infections and to help stop the spread of the virus. This resulted in many households with children being particularly hit hard by the loss of income, food, and housing insecurity, all of which affected health and well-being. And for homes with families who experienced domestic violence, home was not safe at all. Reports of domestic violence increased throughout our communities. Victims and their children sheltering in place with their abuser found they were cut off from various lifelines that they had relied upon before, such as work, school, places of worship, and friends. Reaching out for help and services became more difficult as they were seldom away from their abuser, and they were isolated with a violent household and unable to disclose what was happening to them. Each year throughout the Bay Area, hundreds of children accompanying their mothers to domestic violence shelters after witnessing and experiencing abuse in their homes. Children exposed to domestic violence often have a wide range of problems, including interpersonal skill deficits and psychological and emotional problems. Families exposed to domestic violence need support to heal from trauma and mitigate the negative effects of violence and abuse. Research suggests the influence of abuse can persist long after violence is stopped, both for the adult being harmed and for their children. The impacts can show up in the form of depression, anxiety, poor school or work performance, and negative health outcomes. Additionally, children who witness or experience violence in childhood may be more likely to have abusive relationships as adults. The Bay Against Abuse Partners provides a wide range of comprehensive services that address a wide range of needs, including children's aligned services and family-focused solutions.
Hello, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Chow, and I'm from SAFE, Safe Alternatives to Violent Environments. Today, I want to talk about the prevention programs. In order to truly end domestic violence, we need to raise awareness to change the attitude and behavior that cause harm, build connection with our communities, and promote a culture of respect and nonviolence with children and our youth at an early age. And by doing this, we hope to improve the quality of life for all people and to prevent future violence happening. Bay Against Abuse Partners develop a wide range of programs, resources, and training materials for students, teachers, and professionals working with youth to educate and raise awareness on different forms of violence, healthy relationships, warning signs, gender equality, and so much more. The primary prevention of domestic violence aims to create social change. And unfortunately, education and raising awareness are not enough. And to achieve this peaceful vision, we must advocate for legislations that create greater equality among different groups in our society that includes our survivors. From prevention to intervention, from hotline to housing, and all points in between, we continue to be here for survivors every step of their healing journey. So thank you so much for joining with us today.
Thank you. It really is a journey hearing from all of you. Melissa, Catherine, Marla, Beth, and Chow, thank you so much for what you continue to do. And it really kind of it illustrates that we need to spread the word even more and get into action. And that's what we're doing today, which is such a cool event. To kick off our month of fitness and sweaty selfies, we're going to be taking some sweaty selfies. I'd like to introduce the rock star. In fact, one of the rock stars of the National Football League, certainly here in the Bay Area with the 49ers, our special guest, 49ers Pro Bowl tight end, George Kittle. Take it away, George.
Hi, everyone. I'm George Kittle, tight end for the San Francisco 49ers. The last few years have brought a number of challenges, including the devastating increase in domestic violence cases. Domestic violence touches all areas of our community, and no one should feel alone, trapped in an abusive relationship, or unsafe at home. The San Francisco 49ers and I are extremely appreciative of the many Bay Area nonprofits and organizations, including Next Door Solutions, here in Santa Clara County, who are doing the vital work to provide safety and support resources for those impacted by domestic violence. That is why I'm excited to see our community work out while working to end domestic violence through the In It to End It Fitness Challenge. Blending physical wellness with such an important cause brings together two things that I'm incredibly passionate about. Whether you are working individually or as a team, the San Francisco 49ers and I wish you the best of luck to achieve your goals in supporting the Bay Area's efforts to offer services and support to domestic violence survivors. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to the workers on the front lines, In It to End It participants, and community members for helping raise awareness for a cause so close to my heart. As I empower my teammates to perform better for each other, I empower you to help end domestic violence for our community.
George, thank you. He knows a little bit about physical fitness. Actually, he knows a lot about it. So what are the details of this challenge, the physical challenge? We're going to get to that in just a moment. But first, let's outline the prizes. We love to check in with the prizes. By participating in this challenge, there are some amazing prizes that you can win. All right, you ready for it? If you collect the most hearts, and we'll explain all this in a second, if you collect the most hearts, you're going to win the grand prize, an autographed football from George Kittle. That is pretty sweet. You see it right there. We also have a 49ers fan bag, GoPro, Fitbits, and a $50 gift card, actually $50 gift cards, that's plural, to the top 15 participants. You ready for the 49ers fan bag now? It has all the swag you need for game day, whether you're going to Levi Stadium or watching it at your house. Hat, t-shirt, water bottle, sticker, stadium towel, tote, 49ers flag, and of course, You see right there that mini football. The GoPro Hero 10 is the latest version on the market. You're going to win this as well, retailing for about $500. The camera features a 5.3K video, enhanced low light performance, and game-changing hyper smooth video stabilization. Also, keep an eye out for our weekly Friday email blast to connect you with your fellow In It to End It participants. This is really going to be cool. I want to thank you all for attending today's event, this kickoff. We are now going to hand over the virtual mic over to Chow, who's going to go over the logistics of this event. Chow, take it away.
Thank you so much, Raj. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so thank you everybody for participating. Let me remove Raj. So I don't know about y'all. I'm really excited about getting ready to start it. I even have my jersey on today. I'm ready to do some yoga. If you haven't registered for the event, please go to lsgo.org/inittoendit. The ticket is $25. So as Rod said, it is the 3rd year that we have collaborated with 4 other Bay Area DV agencies for this virtual fitness event. And also thank you for the wonderful support. The prices are getting better each year, really. So although Save contribute the 3 Fitbits, but secretly, I really want to win the GoPro donated by La Casa de los Madres. So don't forget to track your daily exercise and earn hearts. You can track your exercise on the app, or you can also log in on your website as well. This year, we're adding a new component to the fundraising. Many people are intimidated by fundraising, and honestly, I was one of them before I started my career at Save. But really, fundraising is more about asking your friends and family for donation. It's about you telling your own story and sharing with others why this cause is so close to your heart. I want to share a quote that I learned from my mentor about fundraising with you today. Fundraising is a shared journey to empower change, one gift at a time. So it's not about asking money, but it's really about making change. Each one of us has a unique connection with the DV issue. That's why we're here today. So telling your personal experience is the key to making fundraising meaningful. So it all starts with a personalized fundraising page to share your journey with your friends, family, and your community. A bio, a headshot, and why you're supporting In It to End It. So I would like to walk you through the steps of how to set up your fundraising page. I set up mine already. It took me about 10 minutes. So you head over to our homepage. And sorry, I'm looking away. I'm looking at the other screen. So here's our challenge, and we start in 1 day. Woohoo! You head over to fundraising. And here you can go to your personal fundraising page.
Just your.
When you're in your fundraising page, you'll be able to change your picture, your name, and all the content that's in here. So I'm raising the funds for this causes because it is really personally close to my heart. And I share my story here. First, I share a little bit of statistics of why this issue is so important in our community. And I said, what can we do about it? You know? And whether it's Save and other partner organizations is doing about it. And what should we do to support and to make a difference? And here you can add a little video, all the buttons on the right side. You can edit blogs, add blogs, move blogs, and all the functions here. And after you're done, don't forget to ask at least one person. So I asked my mom, and she was my first supporter. And then simple as share. And then it has a link that you can email, text, or use social media to invite your friends. Yeah, and I have one slide. If Cynthia, if you wouldn't mind to help me pull it up. So a little bit of tips on fundraising. You want to think about why you're participating. Again, this is where you want to tell your story or show the statistics like I have on my fundraising page. Be personal about it. And or if you don't want to be personal about it, use some national statistics, California statistics. Then use social media, email, and text to share with your friends and family. Let them know. And don't forget to ask, because if you don't ask, they don't know you're fundraising. You're fundraising for a great cause. So ask, and then don't forget to say thank you. It's really simple. You can just email them. I saw your donation. Thank you so much for supporting. And reach out to us if you need help. We have 5 agencies, so we have a lot of help that we can support you. And don't forget to have fun. Fundraising is not scary. It is fun, and we're all in this together to end domestic violence. So we still have a little bit of time left. If anybody have questions, stick around. We're here to help you. And if not, today's event is finished, and we're really happy that you take the time to join us today.